Well, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you are like me, jumping out of your command chairs, thrilled over this third season of Star Trek Picard. Engaged in every episode, filled with outstanding character interactions between the original TNG cast and some new faces. Star Trek Picard Season 3 continues to be a gift that keeps on giving, being one of the best seasons of Star Trek I have seen in a while. I was originally planning to do a series of reaction videos to each episode of Picard, but I realized while recording the first episode I was so honed in and focused into the episode that it wouldn't be worth sharing. Would you really want to watch 45 minutes to an hour of me staring at a computer monitor? I thought as much. So instead, I'm going to break down one of the biggest questions on fans' minds currently watching Picard Season 3, and that is, who really is Jack Crusher? And of course, if you haven't picked up on it already, there will be spoilers ahead for both Picard and previous seasons of Star Trek. So without further ado, let's get started.
I've always felt different. Like there's something wrong with me. Deep down inside.
The mysterious Jack Crusher, supposed son of both Jean-Luc Picard and Beverly Crusher, we still really don't know much about Jack up to the conclusion of Episode 7, where Vatican tends to reveal his true identity. Even though we know very little about the true nature of Jack, that still hasn't stopped fans from comprising many of their own theories. And there are a lot. Like, way too much. Advanced sleeper agent for Section 31, part Borg from Picard's time as Locutus, signals from the Red Angel from Discovery, controlled by the Pa race, chosen by the Prophets, another caretaker from Voyager, or maybe he's just another Q from the Continuum. Oh, my head hurts.
This is outrageous. What's outrageous is that I'm going to miss my tea time. Oh, come on.
Jerk. Honestly, there are too many theories to count, but I can do one better. What if I propose to you that I believe Jack Crusher may actually be a member of the species 8472?
What did he say?
If you're asking yourself, what the fuck is species 8472? Well, I don't blame you unless you have watched Star Trek Voyager. Throughout the run of Star Trek Voyager, we got introduced to new and interesting species inhabiting the Delta Quadrant while Voyager was trying to find its way home. One of these being species 8472. This is actually a designation given to the alien species by the Borg in the Season 3 finale episodes Scorpion Part 1 and 2. Species 8472 was capable of eradicating one of Starfleet's most formidable opponents, the Borg. Like species such as the Breen, the organic nature made them impervious to conventional weapons. They felt threatened by the Borg's intervention into fluidic space, which the realm they reside in. In retaliation, they were going to attempt an invasion of our galaxy. If it wasn't for Voyager's ingenuity, they would have most likely succeeded. You may be wondering, how does the walking dinosaur alien ripoff lookalike turn into Ed Speleers? Well, let me point you to a little gem of an episode from Season 5 of Voyager entitled In the Flesh that helps establish this fact. In this episode, species 8472 simulates Starfleet's San Francisco headquarters on a planet in the Delta Quadrant. They were training members of their own species to pose as humans to invade Earth. They were so accurate to humans, in fact, it took the Doctor reversing their genetic code to actually even find out their real identity. Now I ask you, what's the perfect defense to a species that can genetically transform into Starfleet personnel? Well, a species that can genetically transform into Starfleet personnel. Especially since species 8472 has the ability to fundamentally alter and manipulate biological and genetic material. We've seen changelings pass the traditional blood test. I'm sure species 8472 would just as easily.
If it weren't for microcellular scans, I wouldn't be able to distinguish him from the genuine article.
I do acknowledge that this may be a bit of a stretch. I doubt a member of species 8472 was just able to hitch a ride on Voyager for that long without being detected. Oh wait, that's happened before.
Well, no fucking shit.
Some rogue admiral, because we know there's no shortage of those in Starfleet, may decide to just give it a try and open the subspace distortion into fluidic space by themselves. After all, the events of Jack's birth most likely occur after the events of Endgame and Voyager's return back home. So Starfleet would be aware of its species 8472's existence. Hell, Section 31 might even give you a hand, unless they just arrived on their own and are talking vengeance against the Federation, in which case you're on your own.
Species 8472. The question is...
There are several aspects of Jack that coincide with the abilities established by Species 8472. Jack has visions of the future along with the ability to communicate with others telepathically. In Episode 7 of Picard, Jack is able to link with Sidney LaForge to help her defeat one of the changeling minions. Species 8472 demonstrated the ability to communicate telepathically and through visions to Kes several times in Star Trek Voyager. And it doesn't stop there. Those vine-like structures surrounding the red door in Jack's vision look very similar to both the organic material on Species 8472's ship and the effects their cells have on human beings. Think of Harry Kim from Voyager. Damn, he still probably hasn't got that promotion either, Ensign.
It's not crunch time yet, Mr. Kim. There's coffee in that nebula.
That's not helium. That's a lot of helium.
Is that how I sound?
Captain!
Wonder why you never got that promotion.
Now, after 2 previous seasons of Star Trek Picard, it could be entirely possible that none of these theories are true, especially mine. After all, I still can't explain the red glowing eyes or the expert fighting form. The writers could always mix it up and try something completely new. I don't really know. I'm just trying to make my best guess with the information we have from Season 3. Also, I just want this to really happen. I'm looking at you, Terry Metalis. So keep that in mind. I may be a bit biased. But I believe Jack Crusher may be or in communication with Species 8472. With 7 of 9 on the Titan, the cameo of Tuvok, and the mention of Admiral Janeway, it makes me believe the antagonist could be related to the species of the Delta Quadrant seen on Voyager. I believe Species 8472 would also be a great foil to the Changelings because they both have similar abilities and similar goals. So if Jack isn't one, then if anything, that floating head on Vadic's ship is actually Species 8472. Did you see that thing? If you enjoy these types of videos and like Star Trek Picard Season 3, hit the like button down below and it will turn blue, my favorite color. Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to get notified of any of my future videos. Also comment down below your theories of who Jack Crusher is. If you agree with me, I would like to know why, because there may be some information I missed in this video. And if you really want to, comment how many times I said Species 8472 in this video, because it was probably a lot. Anyways, see you guys later. One to beam up.